Yo, what's up guys? It's your boy Ethan, hope you're having a great day. Welcome to another video. Hopefully the music isn't too loud. We're back at it here at Boston Billiard. That's over there. But we're in the arcade room, which is cool. Great lighting for the intro. Back here at it with a little hoodie here. You're gonna see my wide collection of hoodies. You'll see, I really love this one, tie-dye. Shout out to Chicks in the Office from Barstool, you know, Fran, Rhea, love you guys. I don't know, you guys wouldn't be watching, shout out to them. Just gotta rock the merch. Anyways, back at it today. We're on the 1325 list. Normal day here at Boston Billiard. Where else would I be? Going to LA next video. We're doing it in a few days. I'm making that trip out there, so incoming the LA vlogs. If you want to see the behind the scenes footage, I've already mentioned this. Personal vlog, Ethan Yao. I'm uploading there once a week. So with that said, let's hop into the action. Hope you enjoy the video. Hopping into this 2-5 game, the second hand we get dealt in here, Pocket Kings. What a dream spot. I opened things up to $20, and the player to my left, who is also brand new, he joined the table with me. He 3-bets us to $60, and we see some more action. The action doesn't stop here. The cutoff throws in the 4-bets to $170. We're all pretty much 1K deep, and I'm out of position, and it's literally right at the beginning of this session. Pocket Kings, I think we just have to put in the 5-bet here and isolate the player to my left, who might be 3-betting us light, but I don't think the 4-better is going to be doing this light ever. So, like I said, let's just try to isolate here, especially playing this out of position. I make it $600. The player to my left folds, and the 4-better thinks about it, and ends up shipping it all in for give or take $900-ish total. We're obviously never folding, so we make the call. 2 seconds into the game, we're already all in for all of our chips, but with a pretty good hand. Let's see if Pocket Kings can hold. Flop is Ace Jack Jack. That's not the run out we're looking for. The river comes a king, which is pretty dope. He looks pretty reluctant to show, so obviously we'll just show this one. And we're going to take this one down, rivering a boat. He later told us he had queens, so pretty gross flop for the both of us. Happy to take this one down and get it all in pre-flop. Also, this kings full of jacks is in the running for a $300 high hand, but unfortunately didn't last. Alright, the next interesting spot, Pocket Jacks in the hijack with a button straddle. Pretty much 3 hands after the king's hand. The small blind limps, and the player to my right raises to $60. He has about $700 in his stack, and we're definitely going to put in the 3-bets, obviously taking advantage of my very aggressive nature so far. I 3-bet to $200, and action folds back to him. Not really expecting him to be folding just yet, mainly because I just have been super aggressive. So he makes the call, and we're off to a flop. Flop comes Queen 10-3, 2 diamonds, and a spade. Not a good flop for us, so when he checks to us, we're just going to pot control with Pocket Jacks and see a turn. Turn comes the 10 of spades. That's also not really a great card for us. He throws out a bet of $200, and I'm not feeling amazing about it, but the only thing I can say is that I don't have the Jack of Diamonds or spade, so there's a chance that he could have a combo draw, but with this action, he only leaves himself with about $300-ish in his stack. I'm not really seeing too many bluffs that would throw out this bet, leaving so little behind, but anyways, I make the call here because I think folding's a little too nitty. The river comes the Jack of Spades. What a bink. Look at us rivering a boat on back-to-back hands. He ships it all in for about $300, an easy snap call for us. He shows us ace-queen, and 15 minutes into this session, we're up around $1,600. Third hand into the session here with 6-4 of spades in the cutoff. I widen up my range here and raise it up to $20. Only the player in the big blind makes the call. The flop comes Jack 3 deuce 2 clubs. He checks, and I decided to just check back here. I don't have to bluff every single flop. Most of them I will, but this time I decided not to. The turn comes the beautiful 5 of hearts. We are running pure right now. And even better, he throws out a bet of $25. Sitting here with the nut straight. Definitely going to put in the raise. Let's hope to build a pot. I raised it to $100, and he snap calls. River comes the ace of diamonds. Yuck. That's not good for us with the 4-liner. It's really hard for us to get value from some sort of 2-pair holding of some sort. Not sure how many 4s he has in his range right now, but he does lead out for $175. He's got 325 behind, and this is obviously an easy jam. I Hollywood just a little bit, pretend like I'm thinking about the situation, and we rip it all in. And now he goes well into the tank. Seems like he has a pretty strong hand, but not a 4 though, so I'm confused what he could have. Unfortunately, he ends up folding, announcing that he had pocket 5s for a turned set. What a crazy run out there for us. Unfortunate that ace had to come on the river. Hey guys, just want to make a big thank you for everyone who purchased one of these gold medal card protectors to commemorate the WSOP win here. And for the 400 plus of you that have bought it, thank you so much in the past week. It's so much appreciated. The support is amazing, and honestly, I didn't think I'd be saying this, making this announcement, that there's only less than 100 of these bad boys left, and only 500 were made. If it sells out, it sells out. And yeah, so get yours today before it does sell out. Link in the description below, www.rampagepokerstore.com, and cop one of these bad boys, because there's only a limited number, only a small amount remaining. So thank you for everyone who did purchase one of these. And yeah, just a quick announcement there. Thank you so much for the support. Back to the video. A few hands later, picking up deuces in the hijack with a button straddle. There's a small blind who limps. Here, definitely not going to be folding, so I decided to limp as well. Button checks his option, and 3 ways to the flop. Flop is king, 8 deuce, rainbow. Like, this is crazy, man. What an absolute start to the session. When action checks to me, I throw out a $25 bet. We're building a pot here as both players call. This is perfect. The turn comes the jack of spades. This brings in the backdoor flush draw, and now the small blind leads out for $60. Given this action, pretty much nutted here. There are no straights there, but there are a few draws that pick up some equity now on this turn. I have put in the raise to $200. The button folds, and the small blind insta jams for about $350. Obviously, once again, this is a snap call, so we're all in on the river once again. The river comes at 5. I show my deuces, expecting to be good here, and he shows us a king. We're scooping this one up again, and 40 minutes into this session, we just have a monstrous stack. Next interesting spot with pocket queens, another good hand here. In the cutoff, I open up the action at $20. We get the big blind to defend. She seems like a tighter player, so we'll see a flop. Flop is ace, 10, 5, 2 diamonds. She checks to us, and holding the queen of diamonds. No need to bloat up the pot here and bets. I just check it back. The turn comes the queen of spades. Thank you, dealer. This is now a very easy hand to play. Unfortunately, she checks once again, and we're definitely going to have to bet something here. I throw out $30. She folds. Unfortunate for us, we can't always play massive pots. Next spot, ace 8 offsuit on the button. I'm going to open this one up for sure when action folds to me. I size to $15, and the big blind decides to call for $10 more. The flop comes ace king 3 2 spades, and when he checks to us with top pair, certainly going to c-bet. I size to $20. Now he check raises to 60. I haven't seen him play a ton, and I certainly haven't seen him play with a lot of aggression as well so far. I don't have the ace of spades or a club. Not having that is a little bit of an issue, I guess, but anyways, I don't know. Top pair, and I'm just going to call once here and see a turn. Turn comes the 7 of clubs. Once again, he throws out another bet for $105. Facing this double barrel, it seems like this action is just super strong. I'm going to have to fold top pair here. Not sure if it's nitty, not sure if it's a good fold, but let me know in the comments below. Just unsure here, but I just didn't want to make the call here without having a plan on the river. Okay, this hand is just a little bit better from last hand. Instead of one ace, we pick up 2 of them, under the gun +1. The under the gun player opens it up to $20 to my right. This is an easy spot to 3-bet for sure, I think. So we 3-bet to $60 with an above average hand, folds back to him, and he makes the call. Assuming he's going to have a pretty narrow opening range as he's a solid reg here, especially under the gun. The flop comes queen, 10, jack, 2 diamonds, and a club. This is not the flop that we're looking for. He now actually leads out for $50. So I'm certainly not folding here with our aces. We can improve with a king. We can improve to runner under diamonds. I'm not sure, but we just make the call. Turn comes the ace of clubs. What a crazy board this is now. 4-liner to Broadway, but I'm sitting with top sets. He once again bets really small for $60. Maybe sometimes this small sizing could mean that it's not a monster, but still, I'm just going to be on the cautious side in position. Hopefully the board can pair on the river. We call, and the river comes the 5 of clubs. So the backdoor flush draw gets there. Not that I'm too concerned about that. Still concerned about the 4-liner. He once again fires a third bullet for $75. Pretty much a sizing that I'm never going to fold to. I announce that I have a set. I make the call. He shows us ace queen. So top 2 pair. Really weird spot to be in, but happy to take this one down. Could have been a bigger pot if the board wasn't so ridiculously wet.
It was a great turn for you, but it was a terrible turn for us.
The following spot we get involved in, picking up pocket 7s on the button, and I open it up to $15. The small blind 3-bets to $50, and it folds to me. He's been 3-betting me a lot specifically, especially in these button versus small blind scenarios. And I've shown a few weak hands when I open up to $15, so could be taking advantage of it, but with a hand, I call. The flop is 9, 6, 6, 2 diamonds. With all things considered, this is pretty much a good flop for us. But he throws out a bet of $80, and it seems really large. Makes me think he's more weighted towards a draw, especially on a board like this. I mean, he can be doing this sometimes with like a hand like ace-9 or some sort. Anyways, I'm just going to be flatting, never folding here with a few backdoor draws. The turn comes the 5 of spades, and this is pretty much as good as it gets. Improving to our gutter ball as well. He actually leads out again for $175 sizing up. Looking at his stack, he's got $450-ish behind, and I'm pretty confident I'm ahead here in this spot. Not entirely sure what the correct line is here with pocket 7s. I'm in position, but facing a pretty large bet. I kind of want to maximize fold equity, turn my hand into a semi-bluff. If I'm somehow up against an overpair, obviously we're just totally screwed. But I feel like he's more weighted towards 2 overs and a draw. Thinking things over, I'm in position. We can play a little bit lower variance and evaluate a river. So just going to make the call here for 175 and evaluate. The river comes the king of spades. No, not the card we're looking for. He now tanks for quite some time and ends up thinking about it and jams for $450 total. We're not feeling comfortable about this. Real only blockers are hands like ace-jack suited, ace-queen suited, sometimes ace-10 of diamonds. With all of that said, I'm going to have to fold pocket 7s here. We've come this far, but unfortunately, we've got to let it go, and we're moving on. 9th hand of the vlog, ace-10 of clubs in the big blind. There's an on-the-gun straddle. And let me tell you, this one gets juicy. The button opens it up to $35. It folds to me, and I'm assuming he's got to have quite the wide range here. Considering he's on the button, he's pretty competent, and also there's a straddle. So out of position with a pretty good hand to 3-bet with, I size to $110. Folds back to this button player, and he thinks about it before making the call. He's got a pretty large stack. We're playing $1,900 effective. I have him covered. The flop heads up comes king 10-8 rainbow. Pretty decent flop for us. King hits our range. Also, the 10 here is pretty good with our ace kicker. I decide to c-bet $85 with middle top, if that's ever a thing. Like I said, basically just got to bet my range. And with this bet, he decides to call. The turn comes the 4 of clubs. Brings in that backdoor flush draw, so it improves us for sure. Really great card for us to continue here. I don't want to actually size up right now because we have a medium strength hand with really good equity. I want to bet small enough where if he does decide to raise, it won't be way too big and blow us off the hand. So the sizing I chose was $130. And after thinking things over, He does exactly what I almost expected him to do. He raises to 375. Pretty small raise. Obviously, we're never folding here, defending this 100% of the time. But trying to figure out what his possible hands are, and I'm really thinking Queen Jack offsuit, Queen Jack suited would make the most sense here. He might have some value hands like pocket eights, but if anything, I feel like that just might raise on the flop on a pretty connected board. But at this point, given this action, I'm mainly putting him on a bluff, but who knows. Let's just hope to improve to make our life easy. The river comes the 7 of diamonds. With the opponent having $1,400 behind, I was hoping to see a club. This was not it, and pretty much a brick besides Jack 9 or 5-6 getting there. Both seem pretty unlikely. So I check 100% of my range to him. He tanks for a while now, and I am pretty much just waiting on what his action is. So I think if he's going to bet big, it's probably a bluff after thinking it over for so much. If he checks, then I think I'm good. Or if he bets a small amount, like $400 to $500, that seems like value, I'm probably going to have to fold. So those are my assessments of the situation while he's tanking, and he does put out a bet now. He throws out a bet of $750. Like I said, if he's going to bet really big, it seems pretty fishy. The story doesn't make too much sense, and I'm putting him on pretty much exactly Queen Jack. It's really not great to put opponents on exact hands, but in this specific instance, I felt like this bet on the river here weighted more towards bluffs. So thinking it over, tossing a chip for a call, he snap mucks it, and we're going to take it down in this pretty massive pot. Last hand of the session, we're playing 4-handed here, and we're on the button with ace-5 offsuit. The cutoff for under the gun player effectively in this spot opens it up to $20. We're playing short-handed against this specific player who might have a wide opening range. I put in the 3-bet to $60 in position. The small blind cold calls, which is a little concerning because that was definitely not part of the plan. He's pretty new to the table, unsure of how he plays, but the cutoff folds as expected. So we're going heads up to the flop, which comes ace 10-8 rainbow. He checks, and with top pair, weak kicker, I'm not really sure what his range is, but it seems pretty static. We're just going to play this a little bit more deceptively here and evaluate a turn. I check, and the turn comes the 3 of spades, brings in that backdoor flush draw, and once again, he checks. When he checks to us twice, definitely going to go for some value, maybe targeting some hands like 9s or jacks of some sort. I bet $55, and he snap calls. The river comes another 10. For a third time, he checks. Now, I feel pretty good about it, and I think this is a perfect spot to go for thin value. Like I said, targeting jacks, targeting 9s. I don't think a 10x hand is going to be checking on this river. So I throw out a bet of $60, targeting some sort of pocket pair. He thinks, makes the call, we show our hand and take it down. So we're out. Shout out to Felix. Also, he just won the shootout today. Good luck with the Rampage coin there. Always a good bank winning the shootout here. Anyways, tonight's session, just, oh my god, what the hell happened? We played for 3.5 hours, guys. That was only 3.5 hours, and the first about 35 minutes were freaking insane. We stacked, I think, 2 or 3 people in 35 minutes. Just absurd. I really don't know what to say with this, but I ended up in for 1,000. If you saw the money counter out for $49.50 in 3.5 hours, that is about as good as it gets. Just put into really good spots. Ran really well. Things went about as good as they could go for me, and I have absolutely no complaints. Hopefully you enjoyed this one, got some entertainment out of it. Please smash that like button. Shout out to the WSOP coin here. If they're still available, you can get them. Only 500 made. There's no focus here. There you go. Good old lucky coin. First time using it in a session. Massive 2-5 session. Massive bank. Anyways, that's it. Signing off for now. Hopefully you enjoyed the LA videos. I'm heading there pretty soon, so the next video will be from LA, and should be a good time. So that's it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.